I get it. You are struggling with those stubborn dark spots and uneven skin tone, and it's really frustrating. You're struggling with hyperpigmentation and you're not alone. So today I'm going to chat it up with you so I can show you how to prevent those dark areas as well as treat them so that you can have a much clearer complexion. My name is Frankie. I'm a licensed esthetician here in Georgia, as well as a skincare formulator. Now today we're going to do a deep dive into clearing your dark spots that you are just struggling with and having the hardest time getting rid of. Now before we dive into the solutions, I do want to just jump right in there to explain what hyperpigmentation is. I think if you are just a little bit more informed on what it is and how it works, it will make it a lot easier for you to not only have the solutions that are going to clear your skin, but also invoke those preventative measures. So hyperpigmentation occurs when there are darker areas that appear compared to your surrounding skin. Now this happens because your skin produces a pigment called melanin that rushes to the skin often when there is some form of inflammation, injury, or sun damage. Now your melanin I love absolutely so much because it gives that beautiful hue to your skin color, eyes, as well as your hair. But the side effect to melanin, unfortunately, is that when there is some type of injury, it kicks in and gives an extra boost to the skin, and that boost will create a darker area compared to your overall skin complexion. And I do want to note that hyperpigmentation is not a bad thing as far as harmful to you or your wellness, but it is pretty annoying and not aesthetic pleasing. So this becomes an issue because it is very noticeable, especially with those of skin of color. And I know all too well how annoying hyperpigmentation can be because I dealt with it in my own skin journey. Now this did begin with acne. That was the initial cause of the hyperpigmentation. There was inflammation there, and any type of inflammation, again, like I've stated before, as well as injury, will produce that hyperpigmented area, even if you aren't popping those pimples. So that journey from acne transitioning to hyperpigmentation was definitely troubling for me, and that's why I'm here today, because I'm going to share with you what that looks like with prevention, but also treating it safely, because again, your skin is very unique, and with darker skin tones, we are more inclined for hyperpigmentation because of the melanin content that we have, with that melanin just overproducing to cause those dark areas. So you want to be super careful when it comes to using products, but as well as treatments, because there's always that risk of hyperpigmentation. Now, there are different forms of hyperpigmentation. Some stem from acne, which is known as post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. That is the type of hyperpigmentation we are going to be talking about today. But there are other forms from like hormonal imbalances, as well as sunspots just from sun damage. It's important to understand the different forms and where yours stem from, because there are different ways of treating and approaching treatment when it comes to those different forms. But again, today we're going to talk about post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and this is from the after effects of acne. Now, let's start with prevention. Prevention is going to, across the board, despite what type of hyperpigmentation you have, this is going to be essential for you, not only to prevent hyperpigmentation, but also when those pesky dark spots come about. This is a great way to help with lengthening the amount of time that they appear. So your first step when it comes to prevention is sun protection. So this may seem very obvious, but trust, there are a lot of people who do not use sunscreen. So you want to make sure that you are protecting your skin daily with sunscreen that has an SPF of 30 or higher. You're going to apply this at least a minimum of 10 to 15 minutes prior to leaving your home, and then you want to make sure that you apply every 2 hours, or as instructed by the manufacturer of the sunscreen that you have selected. Now, the second part of prevention is that you are going to use a gentle skincare routine. Remember, inflammation and injury to the skin is going to highly increase your chances of obtaining those dark spots. So you want to use something that's super gentle, non-aggressive, and that's going to be effective for whatever skin concerns that you have. And lastly, you want to avoid picking. So earlier I did talk about my journey with acne and how I did have hyperpigmentation even though there were times where I didn't pick my skin. Yes, it is possible for you to still have dark spots even without picking, but not picking is a great practice to incorporate because this does lower the risk of you getting hyperpigmentation, but it also just decreases the chances of transferring bacteria from your acne. All right, let's talk about treatments. So we're going to start with first topical treatments. So these are the products that you will be using in your skincare routine. Now, when it comes to topical treatments, I do like to incorporate ingredients that are going to target those dark spots. So I like to look for products that contain tyrosinase inhibitors. I know this is a big word, but basically this ingredient is what's going to inhibit those dark spots. So it's going to slow the production of melanin, even when you have those risk of inflammation or injury to the skin. It slows the production of melanin in that area, reducing your dark spots. Now, some of my favorite tyrosinase inhibitors are going to be kojic acid, alpha-arbutin, as well as niacinamide. I do want to throw in vitamin C as well, but I can say that vitamin C is not a great performer for dark spots on its own. It definitely needs to be combined with other tyrosinase inhibitors to get that power and backing to clear your dark areas. Now, these ingredients can be incorporated in any form of your skincare products, from cleansers down to your moisturizer. I do recommend that at minimum it is in your serum. Your serum is going to have the most active ingredients in there, as well as a higher percentage of it. So serums would be a great addition to your skin concern to target those skin concerns of dark spots. Now, where does your serum fit into your routine? It's going to be at the very end. You are going to cleanse to make sure that there is a clean surface. You can use a toner, which is totally optional, and then you will apply your serum. I like to apply my serum on damp skin for better product absorption, and then I would just make sure that I seal everything in with a moisturizer. Now, your second option when it comes to topical treatments is going to be your exfoliants. So these are a great way to help kind of buff away those dead skin cells and bring fresh new skin to the area. Now, I personally like chemical exfoliants like AHAs and BHAs because they give you that even surface that you can apply onto the skin, and it's just going to help even out your skin tone as well as fade your hyperpigmentation. I do want to note that when you are using chemical exfoliants, or really any exfoliant in general, you only want to incorporate this into your routine about 1 to 2 times a week. And if you're new to exfoliants, you definitely want to start slow. So start with once a week and just really increase over time as much as your skin can tolerate. You can also incorporate a polish, but you want to tread lightly when it comes to like physical exfoliants, which often look like scrubs or polishes, because they tend to be very abrasive to the skin and often will cause sensitivity and irritation over time. So I do like more of grains that are very fine and will exfoliate but not cause that abrasiveness. Now let's jump into professional treatments. This is where you're going to have to see a licensed professional to administer these treatments for you. I do also want to note, just so that your expectations are not super high, that most often when you see an esthetician for your concern when it comes to your hyperpigmentation, they are going to start slow and steady. So they're not going to jump into advanced treatments, which is what I'm going to be talking about today, but they are going to get your skin acclimated to very basic treatments as well as your skincare choice before they invoke anything advanced. This is just going to help prep the skin, get your skin acclimated to advanced treatments and to the products that they are going to add to your regimen. This is more so like a preventative measure to make sure that your skin can handle it and not be overloaded by treatments that are not going to give favorable results because your skin is just not well suited for it. Again, this lessens the chance of hyperpigmentation. So your first step when it comes to professional treatments is you want to seek out an esthetician in your area. And I would also recommend an esthetician that's well versed in treating skin of color or hyperpigmentation in general. I always recommend that when you are seeking out an esthetician that you are vetting them just the same way that they are vetting you as a client. So ask as much questions as you feel and be sure to consult with them prior to any treatment that's administered. I am a huge advocate of consultations because this helps me to get an understanding of what my clients need, what their concerns are, and their skincare goals. So I highly recommend on your end to seek out someone that is well invested to getting to know what you need in your skincare routine and regimen in your life in general when it comes to your skin, so that they are making the best decision as far as caring for your skin. So the first professional treatment that would target hyperpigmentation would be microneedling. Again, full disclaimer, all of the treatments that I'm recommending all require some type of skin prep. They are a lot more advanced than your general skin treatments. So your first visit 9 times out of 10 will not involve these treatments. However, this will be in the discussion with your esthetician. All right, now back to microneedling. So this is a treatment that is often in series. So you may have to do once a month in order to get like that full overall results. This is minimally invasive. So this is going to require numbing of the face, and there are going to be punctures to the skin with a device that is going to help increase that cell turnover, which in turn increase the time of your hyperpigmentation disappearing. Now, when it comes to microneedling, there is going to be very little downtime, so maybe a day or two, and then you can resume with your regular activities from there. Again, when in doubt, you definitely want to consult with your esthetician about anything that you can and cannot do with this treatment. Your second professional treatment would be chemical peels for hyperpigmentation. This is also an advanced treatment, so your skin definitely has to be prepped for this. There are times when you can actually combine the two between chemical peels and microneedling, but that is all dependent on the esthetician and their level of understanding both treatments and how they work together, and also their level of comfort. This is also dependent on your skin because it may not require both types of treatments. I personally like more of a holistic, non-invasive approach, so I would definitely not combine the two, but it all depends on your esthetician and what they feel is best for you and your skin needs. Now with chemical peels, during that treatment, your esthetician is going to apply the peel usually in layers, and it also again just depends on yourself. They'll start with one layer, and then if they feel they need to do so, they will apply a second layer, and so on. You will notice with chemical peels that your skin will peel, and it just depends on the peel that is administered. This may be a couple days, a week, so there is going to be some downtime as far as that goes because it's not going to be aesthetically pleasing, but the results are definitely worth it. So if this is a treatment that you are considering, you definitely want to get an idea on the timeline so that you can work that around your personal schedule. And then lastly is going to be laser treatments. So you are going to have to see a licensed professional that can administer lasers, and you want to make sure that you are well informed on what that looks like from beginning to end. Now, when it comes to professional treatments, any of these treatments are going to be decided upon with your esthetician, as well as if they offer these treatments. But you want to be all ears and ask as many questions as possible so that you make sure that it's a good fit for you and your skin. Now, before we wrap up, I do want to jump into your lifestyle and dietary. This seems to be often overlooked in the skincare world for whatever reason. So I am always going to harp about your lifestyle and wellness as well as diet when it comes to your skin, just because it is all very much so connected. So we're going to first start with diet. Now, I am not all about restrictive diets or making major adjustments that are going to be unpleasant to you. What I do suggest is that you incorporate foods that are going to support your skin. So for example, foods that are rich in antioxidants are a great way to help improve your skin health. Next is hydration. You cannot go wrong with hydration. So while you may use skincare products that contain hydrators like glycerin and hyaluronic acid, just good old H2O is going to do wonders for your skin. So hydrating from the inside out is beneficial to improving your skin health and really just maintaining that plump and supple look. And then lastly is stress management. So this is a biggie for a lot of us. Chronic stress can contribute to your skin concerns and conditions. And a great way to combat that chronic stress and lower those stress levels is to just get some movement in and take care of self. So yoga or journaling are some ways that can help lower those stress levels and make sure that your wellness is intact. This is going to benefit not only your skin health, but your overall wellness and body health. All right, friends, so we've made it to the end. We have talked about prevention because let's face it, preventative measures are a lot cheaper and less time and stress when it comes to caring for your skin. We also talked about treatments that you can use in order to fade those dark spots. That begins with topical treatments as well as professional treatments, and you really can use those in conjunction together to get the results that you're looking for. And we cannot forget about our overall wellness. This is going to play a major role in your skin health and just maintaining an overall clear complexion. Now, I do want to offer some advice when it comes to clearing those dark spots, is that patience is going to be a major role, as well as consistency. Give yourself grace. Your skin is unique and these things don't happen overnight. Hyperpigmentation can be very stubborn. So I want you to have realistic expectations when you start this journey, but also just enjoy the process and love on your skin. Okay, there you go, friends. So I hope that you found this helpful. Please give me a thumbs up as well as share with someone that may find this information helpful. As always, if you have any comments or questions, be sure to drop them below, and I'd love to hear of any of your skincare experiences when it comes to products or even hyperpigmentation. Don't forget to click the follow button so that you are in the know when I drop new videos. Good luck on your skincare journey. I'll see you next time.